So Ross, 3-0 defeat here at Dorking. Our season comes to an end, unfortunately. What are your thoughts on that game?
They probably deserved it. I don't think we really got out of the traps. I thought we looked a little bit leggy and fatigued at times, and I think the Eastbourne game played a big factor because we put in a real big shift. Obviously Dorking hadn't had a game, so they've had a bit more rest and loads of factors to consider. But we were just off it today, slightly off it. And when you've got 5, 6, 7 boys slightly off it, it's always a challenge. And they were hungry, they were on it. They looked really fit and sharp, and just one of those things. They had a game plan, and Pryor sort of executed that quite well. Balls into the box, but he's a handful, and they're a good team, by the way. So let's not take that away from them. They are a good team. But for us to be where we are and competing with them in a semi-final, the playoffs, is a massive credit to the football club, the players, the staff, everyone associated with the club. So I thought it was. I think they deserve that win. So yeah.
Just on that, we're Oxford City. I don't say that in a disrespectful way,
Yeah.
but no one here gets above the station. We've been punching above our weight all season. You come to Dorking, who are one of the big hitters in the league. Maybe not through history, but through kind of the budget, the staff, and we've gone toe to toe with them 3 times this season. Not to be today, but all season we got the playoffs. We've been superb, and we're allowed one off day. Unfortunately, it's come today, but it's nothing to be ashamed of when you think about it. We've got the playoffs. How proud are you of the team?
Yeah, I mean, we've got no regrets. We've every game we've pushed, we've ran, we've tackled, we've scored goals, we've conceded goals, but we've kept on going, and it's a long old season. So we had a little reflection in the changing room, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. We've come so far as a club this season, especially highest position for this football club. So it's a real honour to lead the club into this fixture. But we've worked really hard behind the scenes, players and staff, everyone at the club, the fans travelling. I mean, great attendance today, supporting us. Just very unlucky with the performance, but listen, it's quite a rare one for us to say we were slightly off it. But I do believe that there was a bit of fatigue in there. The heat played a factor. They looked a bit fresher than us, and it is what it is. We just pick ourselves up. We have a nice little rest now. I think the boys deserve it. They can go and have a beer now and look back at a season that we've really achieved something great here, but we need to kick on again next season. We're delighted to be here, and we want to be back here next season.
I absolutely agree with you, but just before we go on to that, you just said there about the changing room after the game. Obviously, the heads will be slightly down, but just give us an insight. What have you said to the lads after that?
The first 30 seconds, their heads were down. After that, we're standing tall. We've got the music on. They're in the shower. We can't think about this low too much because it's one game. We've said it over the season. You think about one game too much, then it kills you. This is one game. Yeah, it's an important game. We just fell short, and that is it. It happens. Only one team can win. We've left our bodies and our energy and our efforts on the pitch, and as a manager, that's all you can ask. If they've left everything out there, if they've given everything they possibly can, there's not much more we can ask. We just fell a little bit short today.
Is it about using this kind of disappointment to fuel us onto maybe even better next year?
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those ones where you don't want that feeling again, and we haven't been able to say that today because we don't know that feeling because we've never been there. So this is a good experience one for us, as Dorking have been in there before. They've had that little bit of experience. We don't know what it feels like to come this far and to lose a game. So we need to, sounds stupid, enjoy this experience but learn from it, because you don't want that feeling again. We'll try everything possible to put things in place for next season to make sure we get back here, but it's going to be very difficult because we've attracted a lot of interest. Our players have done absolutely brilliant, so we have to make sure we keep a good core of the squad, and hopefully try and replicate the same results next season, but it's going to be difficult.
For Ross Jenkins, obviously I don't want you to give too much away here, but what does your summer look like? Obviously, I think first of all you deserved a well-earned break. Yeah. Everyone does. Yeah. But then after that, when we come back, we've got to hit the ground running, haven't we?
Yeah, we're all going to go upstairs for a Guinness. That's first thing, maybe one or two. So first thing is get out of your system the next couple of days. We'll come in next week, we'll have a good chat, we'll debrief throughout the whole season, we'll dissect it, what went well, what didn't go so well, what can we do better. and we'll put a plan together for next season. But it's important that we do rest. It's a tough ask what these boys do throughout the season. They work all day, they come and train at night, they put a big shift in, they go home, sleep, get up for work again. And what we need to do is make sure they rest their bodies, because it's a long old season. Today was a really tough game. We've had a real busy fixture to the end of the season, so they must rest their bodies. 2 weeks shutdown. We'll shut down, but we'll also reflect and analyse the season, which is also important from a coach's perspective and managers.
Are you excited about next season? Like, this is your, it can't be easy. I know we were successful, with David, and you've built on the foundations there brilliantly. But this is your first full season going forward now as manager. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, we've done some really good things at the start of the season. What we've done since the midway is we tweaked it. Our football's probably increased slightly, which hopefully shows. I know the fans are happy with the style, and we're going to kick on with that. That's the way I believe we should play the game. We've got the good quality players to do that. But looking forward to next season, I haven't even looked at next season yet. We were solely concentrating on this game. What we'll do is we have a few days off, we'll reflect, and then we'll start processing a plan for next season. But it is important that we reflect now on the good things, because we've done so many good things, and we're not going to then just wipe it clean and start again. We need to add on top of what we've done. The coaches, the players, the staff, the fans, we need to unite again and go again next season. But it's going to be a really tough challenge, because everyone's going to strengthen over the pre-season. I won't be surprised if everyone's making phone calls now trying to strengthen, but it's important we switch our minds off slightly for a couple of days at least, maybe a week, reflect, and then we'll go again next season.
And finally, just one word on the fans. Just in the middle there at the end, players were a little bit deflated, like you just said. But then they walked over to a standing ovation. You've took us on one hell of a journey, and they were there all the way, singing, following us up and down the countries. We're realistic here. We're not the biggest club, but I tell you what, we have some of the most loyal and vocal supporters who've travelled everywhere with us. Just a word on them.
Yeah, they've been brilliant. I mean, the crowd today was terrific. You could hear them. Even though we're losing, they're still behind us. They've travelled up and down the country, as you said, and it's important that we keep those fans happy, and we try and show big efforts next season. But yeah, the boys are going to be deflated. They've never experienced this before, and it's going to hurt. But the main thing is that they've got a sense of achievement, because the club have never been here, and those group of boys in the change room have brought us this far, along with the staff, the coaches, myself, the backroom staff. As a collective, we've come so far. So it's really important that, feel bad now, but give or take a few days, you'll reflect back and think, do you know what, we've achieved something. Even though we didn't go the final push and the final mile, we've brought this club to a position that we've never been in before. So it's important that we kick on now.
Ross, all that's left to say is thank you for this season, and thank you for your time.
Lovely. Cheers.